Welcome back to Lenz Comic Corner Classics that's Non-Classics. This is episode number 1770 and Doubleshot number 1664. I have one Marvel trade, one DC trade. This first one, this Marvel trade, is the penultimate trade of this run of this series. This is Power Man and Iron Fist, Volume 2. Civil War 2. Collecting issues of Power Man Iron Fist, Volume 3, Issues 6 through 9, and the Sweet Christmas Annual. Written by David Walker. Yep, he does the writing here. Artwork by two artists. Well, yeah, there's two artists mostly. Yeah, for Falevero, who does pretty much all the artwork here. He doesn't do the annual. That's Scott Hepburn. Stephen Green does issues 7 through 9. Co does the artwork for it. The cover art for the issue is done by Stephen Green. Yep. Now, we pretty much in the way have a couple of different plot threads up here. One is a program that pretty much reactivates Luke Cage's criminal record, which he's like, I don't have a criminal record. I was given pardon for that. Apparently, it's back. And also, Iron Fist got arrested because of Civil War 2. Of course, they had to arrest everybody because Captain Marvel was written to be a complete idiot in that book. Yep. Also, before that, he happened with where Iron Fist makes out with the beautiful She-Hulk. And by the way, this is 2 years before She-Hulk hooks up with Thor. Yeah. And here's the strange thing about She-Hulk. Approximately, how should I put this? I think it was like 17 years prior to this, she was dating Luke Cage. Yep, she dated Luke Cage. Very briefly, didn't last very long. The only reason why they're not together anymore because he's married to Jessica Jones. And basically, Danny's like, I still miss Misty, but he enjoys making out with She-Hulk anyway. So I'm like, damn, you lucky guy, you get a chance to make out with She-Hulk. You get a chance to make out with She-Hulk. Must be awesome. Yep, and then the events of like Civil War 2.0 happens. There are frequent mentions of Rhodey in here. Are basically that everybody tends to basically poke fun at Carol for what happened with Rhodey throughout the entirety of the event. It's like, it's your fault that Rhodey died. No, it's Thanos' fault. Thanos is the one who killed him. Yeah, that's one thing apparently this event and Secret Empire of Common. They blame the wrong people for stuff. Yeah. And by the way, despite the fact Luke Cage just break out Iron Fist, he is not charged with breaking a man out of prison. Nope. Because, well, what Carol Danvers did was wrong. Really wrong. Yeah. But despite that, I think that Dave Walker proves that the stuff related to Civil War 2 is stupid. Yep. As for the Sweet Christmas Annual, well, it's a Christmas story. What can I say? It's really good. This book is awesome. This book is 9.5 out of 10. Yep. Alright, next up it is Catwoman, Volume 4, The One You Love. This collects Catwoman, Volume 3 issues 38 to 49, the Catwoman You Love one-shot, and that's it. Excuse me. Now, I have not reviewed Volume 3 yet. I'll get a chance to review that when I get a chance the pullout comes back. Now, I should point out, though, that the writers of this book is quite interesting. Now, Will Pfeiffer is the regular writer for these issues, but he isn't the first writer they have on these issues. Nope. By the way, the artwork in here is done by Pete Woods. Paul Galassi does the opening issue of this book. Rich Berchant, Diego Amos, and Brad Walker. I actually follow him on Twitter. Adam Hughes has these awesome covers. I love the Adam Hughes covers. Now, as for who starts off first, we mostly have, starting off first, we have Scott Morse, who does pretty much the first 3 issues with Paul Galassi in the artwork. Yeah, here's Paul Galassi for you, drawing Catwoman. Yep. Yeah, pretty much we have 3 fill-in writers until Will Pfeiffer takes over the book. This 3-part takes issues 38 to 40. Yep. Actually, it's more like at least 2 or 3 fill-in writers. Yep. And then pretty much after he leaves, by the way, the main villain in this 3-parter is this guy with his wooden arm. He's got nails in it. Yeah, and his eye patch is simply a wooden coin. Yeah. It's a weird story per se, but moving on. Next, we have a two-part done by Mesto Castelli, who this is pretty much just 41 and 42. And which the artwork of these issues are a lot better because Paul Gallade, he's not the artist of these issues. Nope, not really. And then for issue 43, it's Andrew Gerbish with Rick Burns. By the way, this art, that is actually Killer Croc. And that is supposed to be Onyx. Yeah, this is, I think this is just after, I think this is Onyx, and I'm not sure. I have to take a look about that. Yeah, this is basically from, I think, Catwoman issue 43, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's Onyx. Which is interesting, though, because basically after War Games, she pretty much was dropped from DC Comics afterwards. Yeah. The thing is, she really didn't do much of anything at all after War Games. No, War Games seemed like her high point. And then, like, afterwards, she barely is featured afterwards. No, it's not a joke. She's barely featured. Now, Andrew Gerbish is only here just for, I believe, like one issue. Yeah, just one issue before we all 5 with Discover issue 44. And he is here for pretty much the rest of this run until the final issue, issue 82. There is an 83rd issue, but that's part of the one-shot revival. And that's not done by Pfeiffer. I don't think it is. No. 83 is not done by him. That is done by Tony Bedard. Yep, Tony Bedard did this issue. Yep, and this issue came around for like just a couple years. Just after issue 82 came out. Yeah, 82 was the last issue, and that came out in, well, cover date was October. It's probably like August of 2008. So it's roughly about 2 years later they had another issue come out. Yep. So basically, Will Pfeiffer finally starts basically regular story arcs, basically his stuff, like having Catwoman take on. She's basically an East End, kind of similar to what she does in the current book, where she's basically living out of Alleytown. Yeah, it is very similar to that. Yeah, and then we have a debut of a new villain who's only here just for a few issues. His name is Smart Bomb. The Spotlight appearance reminds me of Firefly. Yeah, he's only has 2 appearances in his first issue in 46, and that's it for the character. Yeah, he gets killed off after just 2 appearances. No, that's not a joke. He seriously does that. Yes. Weirdly enough, East End itself, this is basically some place that's where Crime Alley is, and this is pretty much the area where Catwoman is throughout this entire run. In the current run, it's Alleytown. That's what they call the place now. Yep. Yeah, then issue 43, we just basically I think it's issue 45, we just have, like, an appearance by, I believe this is Clayface, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. Yep, it's Clayface. Yeah, he's the Clayface that pretty much is, like, in this run. Yeah, he's not called Clayface, but clearly it's Clayface. Yeah, basically, Will Pfeiffer brought this character back. First since issue 4. Yeah, issue 4 came out in 2002, while in the case of issue 44, which is the start of this run, yeah, that was in 2005, so basically 3 years later. And he's here throughout this, well, he's here up until issue 49 as sort of a regular villain for Catwoman. Yes. He's here for like one story arc. Actually, he's more like a supporting character. And he pops up one more time after this, issue 58. And that's it for the character. No, seriously. This guy is one of the Clayfaces. Yeah, I believe this is like the 8th Clayface, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, the weird thing about this Clayface is he doesn't even appear outside of this book. Nope, he doesn't. As for why in the world it's like this, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yep. But apparently, like, not long after the story arc wrapped up, we actually had another version of Clayface pop up in, of all places, Gotham Knights. As part of that really awful, as what I've heard, really bad Heart of Hush story. Yes, it's a guy who only appeared just for one storyline with this book, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird, though, that basically it's like this. Yeah, and the previous version of now, who is the main Clayface operates period of time? Well, there actually are several. Yes, DC had this thing where, for since the 80s, they had like 5 Clayfaces going at the same time. You had the original Clayface, Basil Carlo. You had Clayface the Third, Lady Clayface, Cassius Clay, who was actually the 5th Clayface. And you had all these active for a long period of time. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep, you had all these people active this whole period of time. Yeah, about 5, briefly 6. At one point, you had like there's Clayfaces pop up everywhere. And now, why in the world Clayface is being held here, I don't know, but that's basically how it is. We also have Catwoman countering Captain Cold of the Rogues. I thought that's really cool. Yep. But these are a great set of issues. We also have a debut of Slim Brady Jr. You're probably thinking, he's a Slim Brady. And this is the guy who gets Catwoman pregnant. No, seriously. This is the guy who gets Catwoman pregnant. With her only child she has to date. Slim Brady Jr. Yep. He's an ever bigger character. And, well, he dies later on. He does not appear in this book. He mostly is a semi-recurring character. Now, here's the weird thing, though. Catwoman has slept with his father several times. And yet, this is the guy who gets her pregnant. Not Slim Brady Sr. Oh, no, not the old man. His son. Also, brief guest appearance in here by the Cheetah. Yeah, great to see the Cheetah in here. Yeah, of course, Batman's in here as well. Wearing his, I believe this is supposed to be his 1 year later costume, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, this can be before Infinite Crisis. This is actually, I believe, his post No Man's Land costume. Yeah, a costume he wore for several years before switching up his 1 year later costume. Well, the stuff in here is just really good. And I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Pure fun of a book, and I can't wait to discuss. Now, I technically have for this run 3 trades left. Actually, it's more like 2. Basically, at Volume 3 and Volume 6. The thing ends with basically Santana meeting up with Catwoman, which sets up the issues we have published in Volume 5, which I previously covered. Excuse me. So for this run, I'm almost there getting it done. I just gotta get Volumes 3 and 6, and that's it. That's all I gotta get. Then pretty much after that, then I'm pretty much done with this era for Catwoman. I mean, it's all that's left is just the original miniseries and Volume 2 and the current stuff. Yep. But I love this run for Catwoman. Now, what about my opinion about those fill-in stories? Don't really care for Paul Gulacy stuff. I think the stories are okay before Will Pfeiffer took over. I think the Will Pfeiffer story is really good. The issues 44 to 49. I believe it's like a 6-part. I believe it is. It's a really good story arc that basically fully develops. It continues developing Slim Brady Jr. while also introducing one new villain, and it's nice they brought back the Clayface introduced this run. Now, why Brubaker did nothing with this character for 3 years, don't know. They say it's been 2 years. Actually, it's been like 3. Yeah. But not much else to say about this book. So, yeah, that's a particular view. Next one's going to be The Rising of the Shield Hero. Okay, next video. Bye.